Welcome to another episode of The Minority Voice. I'm your host, Jeff Vega. And Dave, let me ask you, it's Monday. Have you got your check yet?
No, I've not got my check.
You got your check yet? Well, it's coming. And let me just say this. I think I'm on the verge of arriving in this new venture in podcast because David informed me that I was one of my episodes was deplatformed. Facebook, what did they say? It was.
It was YouTube.
Oh, YouTube.
Yeah, you were making fraudulent claims about the election.
Oh, you remember, I don't know, a couple of weeks, 3 weeks ago, whatever, when I posted that article from the Time magazine. It wasn't mine. I posted it. It was theirs. And, well, they shot it down. But we expect that was going to happen. But on a brighter note, for those of you who check out my podcast on Rumble, and let me say, I want people to go to Rumble and watch it, even if you watch it on Facebook or YouTube, because I was fortunate enough to have one of my videos monetized. So I'm getting some royalties off that, if you could believe that. I can't, but anyway, so things are looking up. Well, the first thing let's talk about today is let's talk about the stimulus. I imagine checks are going out, and if you're fortunate enough to have received a check, hey, kudos to you for that, because the government is spending the money left and right, so why not get some if you can afford it? But let me just say this to you, this money's not free. And if you heard Michael Moore said, this is free money. No, it's not free. And we're going to pay for it. And let me just give you an example of what's going on, that how they're going to, it's going to cost us with inflation and that. I don't know if you noticed in the last 2 months, the price of gas has went up. And I would dare to say, if you get if you get a tank full of gas a week, you're probably spending at least $10 more a week. Now do the math. $10 a week over 52 weeks is $520. Now what happens when the gas gets up to $3 and over $3 and you're spending $20 to $30 more a week? Do the math, $30 more a week, that's $1,500 just in gas. So, folks, there goes that $1,400 just in gas. Now imagine the price of other things going up. So, short term, it looks great, but long term, folks, we're all going to pay the piper. And that being said, moving on to the next one, remember I told you about the ESG scores, the environmental, social government scores here in the United States? Well, China's been doing this, but they're doing it through the government. And I caught an article yesterday. It says China lets people with high social credit scores board subway first. We see in China, the government can control. And what they've done is pretty much they're rating people's, the quality of individuals based upon everything from their financial credit ratings or to how fervently they embrace the communist dogma, as it says here. And it says that will determine who gets to board the subway first, and that's China, okay. And there's other things that they're limiting people to, but here in the United States, they can't do that. So exactly. Yeah. So, but what they're doing is, this government, big corporation, big box, they're merging together to create their own score. And if business does it, it's okay because it's not government, right? So, because if government tried it, we have the Constitution to stop that. But with them doing that, okay, we're heading down to this road to we're going to be stopped from getting loans. And even now, we here in Michigan with the auto insurance, they redline Detroit and they use your credit scores. Well, they're going to take it a step farther. So understand, folks, unless we push back and recognize this and expose these companies for doing it, and I guess right now, Coca-Cola is a big one who is reaching out and having this agenda. But we need to step up and reach out, and only we can stop it. And the last thing for today, as I mentioned about pushing back, stepping up. There's a group of college students for life. They've exposed over 25 Christian schools, colleges, universities who have ties with Planned Parenthood. Now, you heard me. That's not what I said. Christian schools having ties with Planned Parenthood. And this is some of the things that they do. They advertise for Planned Parenthood internships and career postings, referring students to Planned Parenthood as a resource, incorporating Planned Parenthood into medical school rotations, hosting events for students with the abortion giants. Okay, this is what's going on in our universities, our Christian universities. Okay, never mind the public education and all that, but these are the Christian schools, and you got to commend these students for calling them out and exposing them, because, as I said, the only way that we're going to fight this culture is we push back, because they're not stopping. The bar is constantly being pushed every day. And if we step up and push back, we'll have success. Well, thanks for watching tonight. And as usual, remember, until we meet next time, Joshua 24:15.